Lucid and CCIV merger have confirmed today. We will discuss about Lucid stock price prediction after merger. Stay tuned guys and watch this video until end and don't to subscribe like the video. Fledgling electric vehicle company Lucid Motors Incorporated has agreed to go public by merging with special purpose acquisition company Churchill Capital Corp for CCIV 8.37% in one of the largest ever deals involving a SPAC, the company said Monday. The deal would inject $4.4 billion into the Bay Area-based automaker and value Lucid at $24 billion, an enormous amount for a company that has yet to begin production of its first car. Lucid Chief Executive Peter Rawlinson said the company is going public to accelerate into the next phase of our growth. The company plans to begin deliveries of its first car, a $169,000 super luxury all-electric sedan called the Air, in the second half of this year. Stock investors in Churchill have even higher hopes. Its stock, trading around $40 in after-hours trading Monday, implied a valuation for Lucid of more than $65 billion. That compares with the roughly $75 billion market capitalization of General Motors Company, which posted a pre-tax profit of $9.7 billion last year, while selling approximately 6.8 million vehicles worldwide. The deal shows the extraordinary appetite among stock investors for SPACs, particularly anything relating to electric vehicles. Amid the soaring value of Tesla Incorporated's shares in the past year, investors have rushed into startups in the sector, injecting hundreds of millions of dollars into new companies like Fisker Incorporated and Lordstown Motors Corp., startups that announced deals to go public when they had employee counts in the dozens and had yet to create any revenue. Most of these companies have gone public by merging with SPACs, also known as blank check companies, an alternative to IPOs in which companies with no assets beyond cash trade on a stock exchange and then merge with private companies. As money has rushed into SPACs, stock trader interest in the Churchill SPAC, run by former Citigroup Incorporated investment banker Michael Klein, has proved particularly extraordinary. Ever since Bloomberg News said in a January 11 article that the two companies were in talks to merge, Churchill's stock has attracted a cult following online. Amateur traders flooded Reddit and Twitter with posts about the forthcoming deal, and the stock price continued to climb as trader anticipation grew. Without knowing many financial details about Lucid or the potential deal, small investors said they were attracted by the confident assertions online that the stock would go higher after a merger was announced. The price went as high as $64 a share, before falling sharply after hours Monday on the announcement of the merger, a plunge some investors attributed to too many traders trying to sell on news of the deal. Those who bought early found it highly lucrative. "I've never made more money on a trade," said Jason Ekdahl, 38 years old, of Chicago. The amateur investor started putting money into SPACs this fall and bought Churchill at $13 a share, at the time thinking the upside was huge, he said. He watched it climb to $40 before he sold. Lucid is considered much farther along in development than many other electric vehicle upstarts, some of which are years away from production. Formerly known as Audieva, Lucid was founded as a battery company in 2007 with backing largely from Chinese investors. In 2013, the company hired Mr. Rawlinson, who had previously worked as lead engineer on Tesla Incorporated's Model S sedan. Shortly after, the company decided to focus on making its own cars and changed its name in 2016. The newly christened Lucid made the debut of its first prototypes of the Air sedan later that year, but then struggled to raise capital as investors were more taken with autonomous driving technology than electrification, Mr. Rawlinson told the Wall Street Journal last year. In 2018, Saudi Arabia's public investment fund invested more than $1 billion to take a majority stake in the automaker. The Saudi funding allowed Lucid to begin construction on an assembly plant in Casa Grande, Arizona. The plant can currently produce around 34,000 Airs annually, but can eventually increase its capacity up to 365,000 vehicles, the company said Monday. Lucid employs nearly 2,000 employees in the U.S., and plans to add another 3,000 by the end of 2022, the company said Monday. Mr. Rawlinson took over as CEO in 2019.